You know, a farmer oftentimes plants seeds knowingly and unknowingly because their bag may have a hole in it. So as they're planting seed, they forget that some seed may slip out. Your life is allowing some seeds to slip out. What I say is, I tell people this, I say, because I've been around gays, they are some of the most loving people. Man, I know some gay people right now, women or men, that will come and help me out no matter what. Some of the nicest people I met at the Y, they were gay. I'm like, man, it's so, not sad, but it's crazy how the devil hides love in perversion. That we make these people, let's make them the more loving to make the people more guilty for even saying anything about them. So what happens when they're so loving, I tell people, you don't share until your influence is heavy enough for them to ask. If you ain't been around them long enough, they're probably not gonna ask certain things. But when you're consistent, most people that met me at the Y, and I'm gone now, the people that I meet in 7-Elevens that from the Y, and they ask me what I do, they don't even know that I wrote books. I don't brag about nothing. There's been people at my job like, you wrote how many books? I said 3. That weight alone makes them ask questions like, how did I know you for 2 years? And I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel. I didn't even know you had this. You wasn't supposed to know. I wanted you to know me for me, not for what I do. So while you're around those gay individuals, just continue to be consistent, because God may be saying, I need you to reach these people, but I want you to just be there. What I learned about at the Y versus being at church is that when you're not around a group of people, you don't know how to observe or help them. So when you hear certain Christians, gays, oh my gosh, I'm so uncomfortable. You go, hide your eyes, baby. But when you're around them, you see through the lens of love, because you said, these are people. I said, you're married. What if the government comes in here and says, you can't love your wife? So imagine when the church says, you can't love that person. They said, I've known him longer than I've known you. So what happens is, imagine if someone told you who you could love and who you couldn't love. So you should feel sympathy first, empathy first. That's why before I even say something in a person's ears, I try their shoes on first. Before I say judgment, before I say anything, let me try to feel what it's like to walk in your shoes. When you do that, you have grace. Listen, man, I don't tell them people to stop doing what they're doing in front of me. I signed a lot of gay people up for memberships, and I gave them discounts so they can feel extra love. When I meet people, give them strong daps. Let them know this a man right here. They might like that at times, but I'd be like, look, I ain't like that. But I don't be walking across the street to avoid them. When people be bringing gay friends around me, I'm like, what's up, man? How's your mom? How's your boo? How is he? How is she? How's she doing? I had a girl 3 years ago who worked at my mom's job and said, I have no one to talk to, but I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. And I was like, God, how do I give advice? She was asking for relationship advice. And I was like, maybe you should just listen sometimes. just wash the dishes or something. I didn't know what to do. But it's crazy I had that access, because when people feel comfortable, they'll be able to say, you know, why are you like the way? Because they know that we all know when we're doing wrong. We know. But it's crazy when love is in the middle of it, when that person's actually been there for you. Christians have to understand how to handle the layers of people. We want to attack the surface because that's what we see. Gay people shouldn't be holding hands. I said, man, I tell people, you don't got to walk around abortion clinics or hold signs at gay parades. If there's no gay people, there's no parades. If there's no abortion, there's no need for abortion clinics. You don't save people outside in, you save them from the inside out. Discipleship, helping. If there's the devil wins when Christians only attack the surface. God wins when the Christians say, I will be here until I get to the heart of it. So with your answer your question, be there long enough until your influence is heavy enough for them to ask what's in you. When they ask, they may not change immediately, but you planted a seed. And God may just have you there for a season to plant a seed, and they may not leave that lifestyle until years later. But the Bible doesn't care about who plants or who waters. He appreciates those, but he knows for a fact who's going to get the increase. So don't speak up, because look what happened to John the Baptist when he spoke up too soon. Sometimes you got to just speak when led. Even when you feel on the inside that the perversion is too thick. If the perversion is too bad, then you might want to pull out. If the perversion is too bad, you might want to be like, you know what? I probably just can't hang out with you too often because I don't feel compassionate. When you feel compassionate, stay there because you see the right way. You see their future more than you see their actions now. But when they're going to ask you soon because you didn't ask that question for no reason. And God's going to open the door pretty soon for you to say something, whether they receive it or not. But they know. Hope that helped.